So if we're designing a modulation scheme for a specific technology, a specific radio system, of course we have to consider the shape of the waveform that will indicate ones and zeros, but there are also some other requirements we need to consider. So for example, from the perspective of our system and the particular users of our system, is bit error rate performance high on our list of priorities? So we want our signal to be able to survive in a noisy or a heavy interference environment and still experience relatively few bit errors. So is bit error rate performance something that's important to us? Is spectral efficiency important? Do we need to consider that in the design process? Have we got limited spectral resources if we're a particular type of user of radio technology? Maybe like the police. Limited spectrum to utilize for a mobile radio system. What about power efficiency? Is it important that the batteries on our terminals last as long as possible? Is it important to us or not? We need to consider that as well when we're considering the design of the modulation scheme. What about adjacent channel interference? As the name suggests, this is considering what's the likelihood of this particular modulation scheme being able to create interference in the surrounding channels, the radio channels adjacent to it, adjacent channel interference. And last but not least, out of band interference. What's the likelihood of my modulation scheme creating interference in a completely different frequency band? Not the band I'm operating in, but a completely different band. Is that likely? Could that be a problem? We need to consider that too. So, first up, let's consider spectral efficiency and adjacent channel interference together. So, which of these modulation schemes we can choose from, an amplitude modulation based, frequency modulation based, or phase modulation based schemes we can choose from, which gives us the greatest spectral efficiency and which is more likely to cause adjacent channel interference. And we can probably see the answer straight away. ASK and PSK tend to create the same sort of bandwidth given the same sort of criteria.